With the summer just ending and my summer movie ranking coming out later this week, we have my top 10 most anticipated films for the fall season right now. Now, a lot of these movies are coming up fairly soon, and some aren't coming till December, but I'm very, very excited to share this list with you guys, and I can't wait to hear your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section, so leave your thoughts, hit that like and subscribe button, and let's keep talking movies every single day for the rest of our lives. But without further ado, let's get into my top 10 right now. At my number 10, it is Violent Night. Now, I only know two things about this movie. David Harbour is playing Santa Claus, and Santa Claus is protecting a wealthy family and killing off a bunch of terrorists. Now, if that doesn't pique your interest, then I don't know what will. But this is from the producers of John Wick and the awesome movie with Bob Odenkirk last year, Nobody. That just piques my interest. I already know this movie's probably going to be badass, awesome, and if you're telling me I'm going to see Santa Claus killing some terrorists, that's like right up my alley, so count me in. At my number 9, we have The Glass Onion and Knives Out Mystery. Now, we finally got our first pictures from the film. I mean, literally today as I'm filming this, but as you're watching this video, it's a couple days later. But the other thing about this is it's a Rian Johnson movie. I love Rian Johnson. I've loved a lot of his different movies. I know some people don't love all of his, but Knives Out was spectacular. And Glass Onion has a phenomenal cast. You got Rian Johnson back writing and directing. You got Daniel Craig bringing back this awesome detective. I'm so excited for this movie. It's premiering at TIFF in the next month, so we're going to hear some early reactions. Hopefully no one spoils it by then, because we're going to have to wait till December, which I think is a dumb release date. I really think this movie should be coming out in November personally, but the only thing that I can think about is that they really are going for an awards festival run. Hopefully Netflix can really market this one good, and I hope the rumor is true that it will mostly be in theaters and go on Netflix at a later date. That will be the smartest thing Netflix could possibly do. Now, at my number 8, we have Don't Worry, Darling. Now, I actually know someone who saw this about a year ago, and I heard great things about this movie, so I'm very excited to see what Olivia Wilde's next directorial effort is going to be, because Booksmart, that movie was awesome. I got to attend the premiere at South by Southwest, and it's one of those comedies that I've absolutely gone back to every single year since then to just really much laugh my ass off. Don't Worry, Darling, though, looks completely different. It is not a comedy. It looks very unique, and I'm assuming that Olivia Wilde has some twists and turns under her nose that we're all going to be experiencing, but adding in there Florence Pugh, Harry Styles, Chris Pine. That is an amazing cast right there. I cannot wait to see what we get inside this film. At my number 7, we have Black Adam. Now, I am actually getting very excited for Black Adam. When it was first announced, I was like, I really want to see The Rock as this character. I think he'd be able to embody him really well. But the thing with Black Adam is, I know lately he's been more of an anti-hero when it comes down to the comics, but in the end of the day, I would rather see him play as a villain. And it really looks like they're going up the anti-hero route. That's fine. Then I see that the Justice Society is going to be in here, which is awesome. Dr. Fate, Hawkman, all sorts of things like that. Count me in. I love that. I'm very excited for this because I think the more and more I watch that trailer that is out there, I just get more hyped for it. Like, I think the more and more I think about it, we're just going to get a badass, awesome comic book movie. It might not have the gravitas that many other comic book films could possibly have, or maybe even some of the humor that others have, or maybe even in general the structure and the deeper nature that some comic book movies have really dove into. I just think Black Adam's going to be a damn good time, and I really need that. You're looking at my shirt. At my number 6, we have Shazam 2. Now, I was so pleasantly surprised by that first Shazam. It was one of my most anticipated films for that year that it came out. I love Zachary Levi. I love David F. Sandberg, and I love the character of Shazam. So knowing that we're finally getting a sequel, I'm very hyped. I think the trailer looks great. I think it looks like a lot of fun, more than what we have gotten in the first one, a bigger budget, more weird and wacky things, and the fact that it's just Shazam is awesome. I really hope this one doesn't end up getting pushed back, because right now it's in December. It's coming around the same time as Avatar 2. There's potential for it to make money, but will they actually keep it in 2022? I got my fingers crossed and manifesting it here. Just before we get to my top 10, guys, make sure to leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. Really curious to hear your guys' thoughts. Did I miss anything? Are you surprised I didn't mention something? Let me know down below, as well as hit that like and subscribe button once again. And if you want more exclusive content like this, go check out my Patreon down below. I'm going to be doing some featured out watch-alongs later down the road, probably within the next week or so. We're going to do House of Dragons. Episode 2 had some technical difficulties with the first episode, but I really enjoyed that one. I do have my review up now for that. Now at my number 5, we have Steven Spielberg's The Fabelmans. Now this is supposed to be like a semi-autobiographical film about his life. You have the likes of like Michelle Williams and Seth Rogen in this. I just am really curious to see what Spielberg has underneath his sleeves on this one. It feels like this is, West Side Story was his passion project he'd wanted to make for years. He got it made. Then this is his main passion project. There were some rumors a while back going around that this might be his last film. I don't personally believe in those rumors, but if that is true, I imagine this is going to be something special. If it isn't true, then I still think this is going to be something pretty damn special. It seems to be overall the front runner when it comes down to Oscar conversations. It's between this and Babylon, but I'm starting to get close to the point that I don't think Babylon's going to come out this year. But again, we're manifesting that one of my most anticipated films is going to come out. Spoiler alert for the rest of this list. At my number 4, we have The Whale. This stars Brendan Fraser, Sadie Sink, and it's directed and written by Darren Aronofsky, and it's an A24 movie, so I love A24. I'm really excited for this one. I don't know much more than just that entire concept, and that it's Darren Aronofsky, and his last movie was Mother, which was absolutely weird, but I was one of the few that really loved what he did in there, and I'm a fan of Darren Aronofsky, so I am really excited to see what he does in this framework. And a lot of conversation has been that Brendan Fraser is incredible in this, Sadie Sink's incredible in this, there's some Oscar potential, maybe even Oscar frontrunner conversations behind the scenes about this film. I really hope A24 pushes it. I hope this movie's awesome. And I do actually say this, with the concept of it being about a man who's trying to reconnect with his daughter before he kills himself from overeating or something of that nature. He's a very obese man. If you've seen the picture of Brendan Fraser, then you can kind of see all the prosthetics that they really threw onto him. But I really hope that this is Darren Aronofsky's like kind of back to when he's a little bit more like general audiences can watch it and be like, this isn't crazy and weird, but I'm probably wrong and it'll be a Darren Aronofsky film. I only hope that because that way I want him to be appreciated, But now at my number 3, we have Avatar 2, The Way of the Water. Now, I am really excited for this. I might be one of the few people in the film community that is super excited for this, but I know that the general going audience is going to absolutely lose their shit over this film. They lost it when it came out with the first one, and I think a lot of people are going to be doing the exact same thing with the sequel. Now, the reason I'm really saying that with this sequel is because it's James Cameron. No matter what you thought of that first movie, I can absolutely guarantee that he's probably going to have something special here. You just can't count out Cameron. And maybe this movie comes out and it's absolute shite, or the same thing as the first one, and it's just, it's cool. Graphically, it's awesome. But I just feel like there's something special behind the scenes that we have not seen yet from the trailers, and that we are about to really embark on such an amazing journey. So I am very excited for Avatar 2, The Way of the Water. I might be one of the few, but I'm for it. Speaking about water, at my number 2, we have Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Namor's coming in with his crew. There's a war coming to Wakanda and Atlantis, but they're not called Atlantis. They're like Mayan stuff. I don't really know yet. I haven't really dove into this film much. I just know the basic underneaths of it, and I'm very excited for Wakanda Forever. Now, I've been very skeptical on this movie because I was one of the few that did believe that you should recast T'Challa. I think T'Challa is a very important character for the community, but I will also say that I understand why they did not. And I will miss Chadwick Boseman. I will miss T'Challa in this universe. And I think Chadwick was one of the best actors ever, but I'm very excited to see how they're going to respectfully honor his legacy, honor this character, and bring it full force forward. Who will be the next Black Panther? I do not believe it's just going to be Shuri. I think by the end of this film, there's going to be a definitive new one, and I'm excited to see that. I think there's going to be a lot of surprises, and overall, I think this movie is going to be great. Like, if any indication was to go by that trailer, that is one of the best Marvel and comic book trailers that we have ever gotten in literally the last 10 years. Maybe even the last 20, I could argue, but I'm very excited. I'm very nervous at the same time because we've seen great trailers to bad movies, but maybe they actually cracked it. And I think we just, in Ryan Coogler and in Kevin Feige, we trust. And at my number 1, we have Babylon. I love Damien Chazelle. Whether it's Whiplash, whether it's First Man, and especially La La Land. Everything I've heard about this movie is that it's Damien Chazelle's Wolf of Wall Street through Hollywood through the 1920s to the 1950s, I think. And that, my friends, for people who don't know, Wolf of Wall Street is one of my favorite movies of all time. So the fact that I'm being told that this is going to be like a Wolf of Wall Street movie, count me in. I am so excited for this. Margot Robbie, Brad Pitt, and then there's a new cast member who's actually going to be the main lead of this, and I'm excited to see. I don't have his name off the top of my head, but I'm very excited for that. Damien Chazelle just can't do anything wrong, and I just really think he's here to deliver. I think he's here to come and take that Oscar away from us, and I think a lot of us are going to be quite hyped when this one comes out late December. That's my top 10 most anticipated films for the rest of the year. Is it green with me? Do you not? Let me know down below, and make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so we can keep talking movies and TV over here on a daily basis. I know there's probably something I'm going to put out that you'll definitely want to watch at least once a week, maybe even a couple times during the week. Thanks so much again, and of course, until next time, stay classy.